deepest sympathy.
A lovely service.
Terrible loss.
Yes.
Are you related to the deceased?
No, not at all.
Oh, a friend of the family, then.
No, actually, I don't know anyone here. They're all strangers to me. But it was still a very lovely service.
Barbara LeMay, the woman in black, out of place in a world of colors and sounds and life. A woman caught between fascination and something more profound and less earthly. Barbara LeMay, with one foot in the grave, the other firmly planted in the Twilight Zone.
As I was saying, a lovely service. There must have been at least 150 people there. They had a reception afterwards, and they served the most delicious finger sandwiches.
So, who was the service for? I didn't know we knew anyone who had died.
I'm not certain. You know how I am with names.
You mean you... Mother, you have got to stop going to funerals for people you don't even know.
Why?
Well, because it's wrong, that's all.
They had white roses. Oh, you should have seen them. White roses tied with tiny red ribbons. Silk, I think they were. One for each year. There was music. And there were such words spoken. Such love. When I go, I think I would very much want a service like that. Would you see to it, dear?
Mother, will you please stop it? You know I don't like to hear you talk like this.
Jason, these things happen. We hate to think about them.
No. You don't hate to think about them. You love to think about them. Mother, why is it every time I see you, every other word is death? When I asked you out to the coast to see Margie and the kids, you couldn't. You couldn't come because you said you couldn't make any long-term plans. How the hell am I supposed to explain that to them? I'm sorry. Grandma can't come for Thanksgiving because she isn't sure whether she'll be alive or not. You hurt them.
I'm sorry. I really am.
I know. I just wish you'd stop all this. Let some light in here. Get some air. Mother, this obsession of yours is not good. It's not healthy. It's morbid. Mom, I love you very much. And I want you to see your grandchildren grow up.
I'll try. I will, really.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got to go. Plane to catch.
Then you go. And you give my love to Margie and Ben and Susan. I'll be fine. Really. Hello? Is anyone there?
don't call the cops. I'll kill you, I swear.
Don't try to talk. I did what I could, but I think it's bad. I better call the hospital.
No. Don't want to die in no hospital. I'm dying, ain't I?
I'm not an expert. But yes, I think you are dying. While you were out, I turned on the radio. They mentioned a robbery at an all-night liquor store.
$27 in change. Ain't that something?
I'll get you some water.
No. Please.
Don't worry. I won't leave you alone. I understand. Perhaps better than you know. I'll wait with you. We'll both wait together. You're here, aren't you?
Yes, I'm here.
I can see you. Are you surprised?
No.
No, I suppose you wouldn't be. We spent so much time together, you and I. It must make one more sensitive.
Yes.
I was in the hospital once. The woman in the room next to me died in the night. I felt you nearby.
Who are you talking to?
No one, Trent. No one. It's all right.
It's so cold.
He can't see you.
I won't exist for him until it's time.
Where do you take us? To a better place?
Sometimes.
It must be beautiful.
Well, it's a place like any other.
Oh, no, please. Please, wait. Wait. Why don't you take me instead of him?
What's he to you?
Nothing. No one. But he can't see the beauty in you. I can. I see it in so many ways. The peace, the freedom, the tranquility, the poignant, fragile beauty of that one final exhalation, the gathering of the soul, the ceremony of the...
It's his time.
Oh, but he can't appreciate you as I can. I have no one here, not anymore.
No.
Why?
I cannot take life where none exists. I've seen you in so many places. You've called my name so many times. You have worshipped at my altar. You've walked in my shadow, seen my reflection in others' faces, and still it's not enough. You don't run from my touch. You seek to embrace it. But I could no more take you than I could take this table. For neither of you lives.
I don't understand.
See how he resists me. Even now, clings to life. For in each second is the possibility of joy, however often defeated. Even now, this close to me, he's more alive than you. I bring you peace, sleep. Don't be afraid. For I alone will never leave you.
You can't do this. You can't just leave. We've been together so much. That would be cruel. What do you want me to do? Go and feed the pigeons in the park? Is that living? I don't have anyone. Don't you understand? My son, he doesn't need me anymore. Everyone I knew is gone. My husband, my friends. They're with you. You took them away from me, and now you won't even take me. Why? Why? Am I not good enough? Am I not pretty enough? I'm sorry, I yelled. Please, stay with me. Just a moment.
You've got a lot of courage, Mrs. LeMay. Dead phone or not, most folks would have been out of here in a second as soon as he fell.
He was harmless. He was in pain.
Oh, not anymore. Guess that's what they say, isn't it? The only two constants being death and taxes?
Not always.
Have I hurt you?
No. Yes.
How? It wasn't my intention.
No, it never is. But asking myself the same question. It's just that one by one, everyone I knew went away. They went with you. I suppose, in my funny way, I became jealous. You took them away, and if I couldn't have them, then I wanted you too. So I began spending all of my time thinking about you. And I started to see why they went with you.
It was their time.
I suppose it was. But there was more to it than that. I saw it in their faces after they had seen you. No more pain, no more weariness, no sadness, no loss, only peace. In the end, you're all we have, aren't you? When my husband was dying, he suffered so much. And I couldn't do anything to help him. But you did.
I remember.
I think it was then that I began to feel love for you. After you left, there are quite a number of pain pills in the cabinet, left over from some problem a while back. I considered taking all of them. Whatever you say, even you can't stop me from making it my time, can you? But I couldn't do it. Not with you. I suppose it seemed too forward. I was never very good at being aggressive. Nothing's changed. It seems I'm not even very good at...
I've often heard it said, among the living, there are always possibilities. Take my hand. Now, in this last moment, are you afraid of me?
Oh, no. Where are we going?
Where you are most needed.
I'm afraid he doesn't have much time left.
Is it dark in here?
Yes, it is. I'll try to find someone.
No, please. Don't go. It'll be all right.
I have to go.
No, please.
I'll be right back.
Wait.
Better.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid.
Don't be afraid. I bring you peace, sleep, and I alone will never leave you.
Oh, you did fine.
I'm so happy.
Incident in a hospital room. Part of the status quo of life and death. A visitation accompanied by cold winds and warm hands locked in a midnight embrace in the Twilight Zone. A beautiful summer day, full of adventure for a young boy. On the surface, a field like any other, soon to be covered with neatly arranged family homes. But today, this curious boy is about to discover a terrifying secret that could only be shared within the confines of the Twilight Zone.
Over there, Sheriff.
Okay, follow me. Watch your step there. All right, you're down.
What is it? An old mine shaft?
No, there weren't any mines around here. More like a cave entrance.
What are those?
Looks like some kind of drawings. I see you're still using one of those old cameras.
Oh, gives the most detail. Well, this is the only part of the cave that we have the paintings in.
Why is that, Dr. Klein?
Well, we think that maybe they used this as a sort of communal area where they got together. We don't really know. All we do know is that you might just be the first person to enter this cave since prehistoric times.
You mean since dinosaurs were around?
Well, maybe not that long ago. But if these cave paintings are authentic, maybe as long ago as 12,000 years. How's that?
Long.
Well, we'll know as soon as we get these... Freeze! Sheriff. Now, very carefully, lift your right foot. Take a step backwards.
Sorry about that. Hope I didn't do any damage.
Fortunately, no, but you're going to have to be a lot more careful.
What's this?
Well, we think that that's a hunting party. See, that's a bison underneath the fire.
What's that over there?
Oh, that. Well, that could be a kind of spiritual doorway or a circle where they all got together for protection.
Wow.
Something, huh?
That was really neat, Dr. Klein. Thanks a lot.
Anytime, Steve.
Bye. See you, Sheriff.
Bye, Steve. Well, looks like you're making some real progress down there. So what's this problem you're calling me about?
Sheriff, this could be one of the single most important archaeological discoveries of the century. I'll know as soon as I get my photographs back to the university, but meanwhile, I need to know that this site is going to be protected.
Protected? From what?
Vandalism. Some of the artifacts have been disturbed.
Anything taken?
No, just moved around. I think somebody's trying to scare us off.
Well, Doctor, I don't know. A raccoon could have gotten into the cave, I suppose.
Sheriff, would a raccoon drag a sheep's carcass to the mouth of the cave?
Maybe a dog or something. I don't think anybody means you any harm. This isn't like the city. Well, no offense intended.
Well, no offense taken, Sheriff. But in the city, any cop on the beat would have noticed that sign. And speak of the devil, here he comes.
Hi, Sheriff. You still here?
You mean in spite of your feeble attempts to scare us off?
Now, Dr. Klein.
What's that supposed to mean?
You know what I mean.
She's convinced that you are causing trouble up here. Is that so, Jim?
She's the one causing trouble. I've got houses to build. Now, just because they found a hole in the ground, my whole schedule's shot to hell.
I think it's a little bit more than a hole in the ground, Mr. Hilson.
Fact is, it's my ground. Now, if you want a couple of rocks and bones, fine. Take them and get out of here.
Come on, Jim. These things take time.
Fine, fine. You want to defend the little lady?
Little lady?
Oh, hold it, you two.
Oh, come on, Roy. You know how it is. I've got 2-bedroom ranch styles to build.
And swing loan payments to make, I bet.
What's my financing got to do with this?
You're probably way out on a limb financially, aren't you? If you don't get this development built soon, you'll lose your shirt, right?
That's none of your damn business.
That's all right, Sheriff. I don't need protection. It's those cave paintings that are priceless that need protecting. And I'm going to recommend to the state that they be protected under existing law. So you can just forget your scare tactics, Mr. Hilson.
Well, I'm not going to be shoved around by some ivory tower intellectual.
Dr. Klein, I will look into the vandalism. So you just go on back to your dig.
She can go back to her dig. But I'm going to court.
Yeah, it could be your lamb.
Dang right it's my lamb, and you got to do something about it.
Don't get your shorts in a knot, Jacob. Bill Dempster's lost some cattle, and Wally Johnson's broodmare's missing. I got my hands full right now.
Look, I think it's Wolf. So is Wally Johnson.
Come on, Jacob. You know there hasn't been a wolf seen in these parts for over 30 years.
Look, whatever it is, you better find out what it is and stop it.
I know what my job is, Jacob.
Ha!
Dr. Klein, do you want to ride with us? We're heading back to the university for the weekend. We wondered if you needed a ride.
I'm staying here, John.
You really should try and get out of this hole for a couple of days. Okay, see you on Monday.
Have a good time.
Bye, Dr. Klein.
What the hell is this?
still warm, isn't it?
Holy Hannah, you scared the bejesus out of me. Why didn't you answer when I yelled?
I didn't know who you were. What are you doing here?
Tracking missing livestock. All the blood trails I've been following the last 2 days have led in this direction.
And?
And I think I may have an answer. The animals have been dragged into this cave and probably cooked right here. The problem is, who's been doing it? You got any ideas?
Couldn't care less about some missing sheep.
Who said sheep?
Well, I saw the bones, Sheriff. I went up top to get some equipment. When I came back, it was there.
And what are you doing here?
I work here, remember?
You're not doing any digging with that little flashlight. What's up?
Well, you're going to think I'm crazy. But there have been some changes in the paintings.
Now, what do you mean, changes?
Let me show you something. Take a look at this.
Yeah? So?
Take a good look.
The hunter is on the right side of this little circle thing in the picture. And on the wall, he's on the left side. Looks like the negative's flipped.
No, no, no. Look. Here, he's facing toward the circle. And there, he's not only on the other side of the circle, he's facing away from it.
Well, I don't know, Doctor. Some prankster could have gotten into the cave and changed the paintings.
Like who?
Maybe the same guys who left the carcass outside the cave. Or maybe you are right about Jim Hilson. Maybe he is trying to scare you off.
Well, I'm no fan of Jim Hilson. You know that, but he's just not bright enough to pull off something like this. Anyway, these are authentic.
And how do you know that these are authentic?
Sheriff, I studied in the caves at Altamira, Gasula Gorge, and Caplon. And I did my dissertation on the cave paintings at Lascaux. You just have to take my word for it. I know about cave paintings.
Okay, so they are real. What's your explanation?
I don't have any. And the fact that they're real just makes it that much more disturbing.
Come to think of it, it doesn't explain what you're really doing down here tonight either.
Sheriff, something is happening here late at night. That's the only explanation. There's someone here all day. So whatever is going on happens at night.
And you are planning to spend the night to get the drop on the bad guys, right?
Well, I don't know what kind of guys I'm dealing with, but I intend to find out.
No. You're not doing anything of the sort. Come on, let's go into town. You can come back out first thing in the morning.
Sheriff, you're not in charge here. I am. And I intend to spend the night, and that's that. You see, I've got my cot here so I can keep an eye on things.
Doctor.
So you just mosey on along, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Doctor, this is my county.
Toodaloo, Sheriff. Sweet dreams. What's going on? Who's there? Who's there? Who's there? Who's there?
Dr. Klein!
Time is the invincible enemy of mortal flesh, or so modern man believes. But somewhere in the dark past, a few of our distant ancestors discovered a way to bridge the millennia. It's a secret that was buried 12,000 years ago and rediscovered for a brief moment in the Twilight Zone. Norman Blaine, whose greatest fear is that if he were to vanish from the earth tomorrow, no one would notice, or mourn, or question. And whose greatest sadness is the realization that he is probably right. Sofa, coffee table, chair, and pet. Solitary decorations in a life noted chiefly for its isolation. Point of origin and point of destination for Norman Blaine, whose days and nights are routinely swallowed into unhappy silence.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Linda.
You going out tonight?
No, I'm going to court tomorrow. Oh, great, Bob. They're going to let you practice again.
No, it's alimony court, Mike. My wife's suing me for $1,000 because she says a cat needs daycare.
Oh, alimony. You see, Linda, I hadn't even thought about alimony.
Ludwig van Beethoven, Claude Debussy, Tchaikovsky, and Ravel. Finally, a collection of your all-time favorite classical hits. Remember this one? Or this haunting melody? Music whose beauty never fades. All on one album in a unique offer. Only a limited number of these special edition sets will be made available to the public. So, call 555-4221 and order Classic Edition Volume 1 while supplies last. For your album, cassette, or CD, call 555-4221. Operators standing by 24 hours a day. Moments to remember for all time. Share this album with your loved ones. Rachmaninoff, Haydn, Strauss's Blue Danube, Pachelbel's Canon in D. You'll be glad.
Hello?
Yeah, hi. I'm sorry, I think I dialed the wrong number.
Excuse me?
Listen, I'm really sorry. It's just a wrong number. I probably woke you up.
No. It's, okay. I was just sitting here, and I heard the phone ring. For a minute, I was afraid whoever was calling would hang up before I got here.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I hate it when that happens. Really, annoying.
What's your name?
Norman? Norman Blaine?
You have a very nice voice.
Thank you. So do you. What's your name?
Marianne.
Marianne. It's a good name. Listen, would you like to talk a bit? I mean, if you're not busy or...
That would be nice.
So, where was I?
Talking to some strange woman for an hour.
Hour and a half. That's the amazing thing about it. It wasn't like she was a stranger at all. It was, I don't know, special somehow. She was a little nervous at first, but after a while she started talking, I started talking, like we were old friends. Next thing I knew, it was...
It was an hour and a half later.
Exactly. She was friendly and fun. God, I hadn't had that much fun in ages. Now I don't know what to do next. I mean, she said I could call her back tonight after 7. I guess she works late. But I'd really like to meet her. I just don't know.
Look, Norman, a year and 2 months, you and I have been sharing this office. For a year and 2 months, I've been able to come in here and sit at my desk and pretend that I'm all alone. Because from your side of the room, came a blissful silence. I mean, I really like silence. I have 5 kids. Look, you want my advice? Ask her out, okay? You know, suggest lunch or dinner or ice cream, a trip to the zoo, whatever, just go crazy. You know, the fact is that she wouldn't spend all that time talking to you if she didn't want to meet you, right? Simple problem, simple solution, okay? Now, Norman, you're a nice guy, but for the next hour, I would really like to have no noise. That would make me a really happy man. Okay?
Well, thanks for listening anyway.
That was a noise.
Hello?
Hi, it's me. I didn't realize we've been talking for over 3 hours. I probably should let you go.
All right. But one more thing. I just want you to know, Norman, I really enjoyed our talk last night. And tonight. I wanted to thank you.
Well, same here. In fact, listen, I was thinking and wondering if you'd like to get together sometime. Maybe lunch, dinner, a movie, anything you want.
Norman.
No rush. I mean, anytime, it's okay.
No, I really can't. We have so much fun just talking. Why do we have to change it? Can't we just leave it at this?
Well, sure. I guess so.
I've hurt you, haven't I?
No. Really, it's okay. Like I said, I just enjoy talking to you. Honest.
Promise you'll call me tomorrow?
I promise.
Bye, Norman.
Okay, Norman, give.
What?
For 5 days now, you've been absolutely quiet, not a sound.
You know, it's the strangest thing. We've talked for hours and hours over the phone, but she won't come out on a date.
So let me give you some advice. Okay. Look, you say you want to meet this woman, right? But you don't know who she is, and you don't know where she lives. All you've got is a phone number. Have I got it surrounded here?
Yes.
Okay, well, you've heard of reverse listing. Like, you phone the operator, you tell her you've got this number, you think it's the right one, you know, you say it's an emergency or something, and you get the operator to tell you the address that goes with that number. And once you've got the address, you cruise by and you just run into her by accident. Okay? After that, you're on your own. All right, now, can we have some quiet around here?
I'd rather you
What is it?
Excuse me, do you know if a Mary Ann works here?
Mary Ann. Would you know her last name?
I'm sorry, I don't.
She could be one of our interns.
Interns.
Volunteer workers.
Who would I check with?
You could ask the director, but she's out for lunch. Why don't you come back in an hour?
Thank you very much. May I look around?
Of course.
I see you're admiring the sculpture.
Very nice.
Terrible story, that one.
Oh?
That's the last thing she ever did. The self-portrait.
Hmm.
I never met the woman myself, but if this work is any indication, we've lost a very special artist. Why a woman as talented as that would kill herself, I don't know.
She killed herself.
Oh, yes. There were the usual rumors, of course. Lovers' quarrels and all that. What a waste. It breaks my heart to think we'll never see anything else from Mary Ann Lindaby.
Hello, Norman.
Hello, Mary Ann.
I didn't think you were going to call. I saw you today, Norman. You came by. You were standing in front of me talking to that woman.
That's impossible. I can't deal with this. This can't be happening.
Hello?
I'm sorry, Mary Ann.
No. It's me. I'm the one who should be sorry. I never should have answered the phone. But it's been so long, Norman. So long since I've talked to anyone. It was dark. And I was so alone.
I know. So was I.
I have to go now.
No, wait, please. You can't go away like that.
Sorry, Norman.
Please.
Goodbye.
I'm going to lunch now. I'll be back in an hour.
You were the only one that ever made me feel I was wanted. That I wasn't just some jerk. I miss you. I miss talking to you on the telephone. It was the only thing I had to look forward to when I came home. After a while, it was the only reason for going home. Don't you understand? I used to feel I was nothing, that I had nothing. And then there was you, and everything changed. And I thought, my God, I'm in love. For the first time in my life, I'm honestly and truly in love. And it all just went away. Without you, there's nothing left for me. I'm sorry, Mary Ann. I'm sorry.
Excuse me. I'm gonna have to ask you not to touch the exhibit, sir.
Goodbye. Hello?
Norman?
Mary Ann.
It was so hard to call you. It's dark here. So dark. I heard what you said about there being nothing left for you. It scares me. It's what I said when I was so lonely and hurt. And I couldn't make the pain go away. It just stayed with me so long and so hard. And I couldn't take it anymore.
I love you, Mary Ann.
No, please.
I do, and I'm sorry. I didn't think it would happen. I didn't expect it, ever. And I can't help it. I love you.
Come to me, Norman. Come to me now. Tonight.
But the museum, it'll be closed.
Don't worry. I'll take care of it. But come now, before I change my mind. Hurry.
Okay. Mary Ann?
It's been so long since anyone's told me they loved me. I don't want to be alone anymore. Stay with me. Please.
Forever.
On display, a very special exhibit, cast in bronze and loneliness. A tender symmetry of line and form, suggestive of love finally found in the Twilight Zone.
I'll need complete quiet, please.
Lights, a crowd, the proper atmosphere, and the common coin of desperate belief. Commodities necessary to the life and times of Leonard Randall, who may or may not be someone else as well.
I am Delos, and I am here. $10,000 ago was I born, and 9,500 years ago did I die. I have walked the cobbled streets of the place men called Atlantis, but which we called Shuma Zamoria. My master in wisdom was Eli Ben Zamora, who studied at the feet of the Undying One himself. To you, I bring what little I can offer against the darkness. I am Delos, and I am among you. Speak, and you shall be heard.
So David is a nice man, and I think he's a soulmate. But I'm not sure. And I don't want to get married again until I found that soulmate. I'm really getting pretty desperate.
My child, in Shuma Zamoria there was a rare breed of butterfly with wings as golden as the morning sun, and very, very fast. If you would try to catch it, so, you would never possess it. And the more you would try, the more angry and desperate you would become. But the children knew better. They would lay down and empty their thoughts and be calm, and soon enough, the golden-winged butterfly of Shuma Zamoria would land. Just so. Do you understand?
Yes. Thank you, Delos.
This vessel grows weary. We must not tax the goodwill of our host. I have time for one last question. You, the one this vessel calls Julia.
Thank you, Dallas. A question, not for my own benefit. Why have you been silent for so long? And why have you come back now?
I come through the one called Leonard because he has been chosen to receive wisdom. The universe has selected him, and through this he shall gain great wisdom. As for the second question, 5,000 years ago, Shuma Zamoria was destroyed, cast down beneath the waves, a victim of its own decay. And now, this cycle begins again. A third change is nearly upon us. It may bring great good or great evil. And you, all of you, will tilt a balance. My time here has ended. He whose body I inhabit has reached his limit, and I must go. Remember all I have said here today, and seek the light within each of you. I am Delos, and I wish you well.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming, but I'm afraid Leonard will have to rest for a while. We invite you to come back next week. And remember, an audio cassette of tonight's session will be available in the front lobby in about an hour. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay.
They're gone. Leonard? Leonard.
Hey, the Clippers are actually winning. Can you believe it?
It's about time. Here, I want you to sign here and here, okay?
How was the take?
The usual. Up from yesterday, which was up from the day before.
Numbers?
We're booked solid on the 3-day retreat. Crystals, tapes, and amulets are up 5%. Book sales are up by 10, but holding. We got the printer standing by for another run after the TV show. Which reminds me, don't forget you got the pre-interview tomorrow afternoon at 3, okay?
Good. Should be quite a reaction when Delos goes coast to coast.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump till we have a show of our own.
One step at a time. As our good friend Delos might say.
Never take anything for granted in the prophet biz.
Words far truer than he suspects.
Hey, that's a good one.
Huh? Yeah, thanks. It is a good line. Listen, get me everything you can on Daphne Blake. The more I know going in, the better I'll be able to tailor Delos.
Yeah, will do. Shall I also send her a bio on you?
I suppose, but nothing too spectacular. Just indicate that I'm a humble tool of the great Delos.
But a worthy tool can be made from even the basest of metals.
Right.
So you understand, gentlemen, this is just a formality. Miss Blake Lake's first-time guest to come by, get a feel for the place. Let us know what you want to talk about. Right this way, please. Formality saves me the trouble of keeping notes. Is there anything in particular you'd like to mention when you're on the air?
Only that the true meaning in life is that which we choose to give it, and that the universe is not without mercy, and not so jealous that it cannot allow for a multitude of visions. All truths are correct, all creeds valid, and the only secret is that there is no secret.
We're having a rally at the Pacific Arts Stadium on the 14th. So perhaps Miss Blake would want to mention that.
Sure. Which part? You'll have to excuse Mr. Randall. He's been working very hard. Sometimes it's hard to keep it all straight.
I have no trouble seeing things as they are. That is indeed my curse. I see this television as the single greatest time waster in the history of mankind. You make sport of people's pain and exploit people and sell trinkets to those who cannot afford them. You do this to increase your own wealth. Yes, I see things quite well indeed. And I see that the woman in whose employ you labor is an adulteress, a user of chemicals.
That'll be quite enough. You'll excuse me.
What the hell is wrong with you? Where's the guy? He's gone, and I wouldn't blame him if he had the appearance canceled after what you said.
I said what? I didn't say anything.
Leonard, don't play games with me.
I'm not, Don. Honest. You're not, huh?
And I see that the woman in whose employ you labor is an adulteress, a user of chemicals.
Who's that?
It's you.
So what's the situation?
Okay, I talked to the producer at Daphne Blake's show. It took a lot of talking, Leonard, and a lot of favors called in, okay? We're still due to go on the air.
That's good at least.
Maybe. Leonard, this can't keep going on. Now, you're going to have to do something before we go on the show. You have to get control of that voice.
Well, it can't be Delos. There is no Delos. I mean, Don, we invented him. Remember? I said a 10,000-year-old warrior, and you thought I said a 10,000-year-old warrior. Hell, I thought you'd never stop laughing.
Yeah, only it's not funny anymore, Leonard. And the money and the good times, it all comes to a stop unless you can get this under control. Which is why I've made an appointment with someone for you. He's a specialist, and I think he can help.
A psychiatrist? No way. Not a chance.
Leonard, I don't know what's going on here, and neither do you. All I know is everything is riding on this show tomorrow. Now, mess up, man. And we're finished.
I said no. N-O. I can handle it!
I'm sorry. Look, can we backtrack a moment? I think there's something I'm not getting here. You're a trans-channeler, aren't you?
Yes.
Not to be judgmental, but you're supposed to hear voices, yes?
Yes.
Then what's the problem?
Well, it's, you've got to understand, Dr. Greenberg, I'm really getting this voice, see? And I've got to go on TV tomorrow. So, unless you can help.
Television. Now I start to get the picture, so to speak. Mr. Randall, I've worked as a psychotherapist for 20 years. I pride myself on my record. If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not be the subject of this little publicity stunt. You may claim to hear as many voices as you wish, Mr. Randall, but do not come to me to add credibility to your little scam.
Yes, you are a good man. One of the few I have met recently.
That's right, and I... Oh, I see. And this is the voice, is it? Very nice. What else do you do?
I speak honestly, that's all. It's not unlike what you do, I think.
Oh, I see. And who might you be? Napoleon? Aristotle?
Napoleon is dead. Aristotle is dead. And you do not look well yourself. Why do you do that to yourself?
I think that'll be all for today, Mr. Randall.
You miss her very much, don't you?
What?
I see such pain in you. But there was nothing you could do, even if you had arrived sooner. It would have been too late. Your wife misses you as much as you miss her. But she would prefer you did not hurry the reunion.
Get out!
What? What did I do?
Just, how dare you? How dare you use my wife to... Of all the cheap... Just get out! For
Forget my fee. Forget the whole thing. Just go away.
Hey, how do I look?
Never mind how you look. How do you feel?
I think it'll be okay. I taped myself last night, and the voice, whatever. It didn't say a word all night. Maybe it's gone.
Well, let's hope so.
3 minutes, Mr. Randall.
Look, just keep telling yourself, get through this, make Thalos a star, and we are set up for life. All right? Come on, let's get out of here.
Well, we're back. Our next guest has been making quite a splash these days, and we're very pleased to have him on the show. He's a trans-channeler, and that's a fascinating subject we'll explore in just a moment. But first, I'd like to welcome him to this, his first television appearance, Mr. Leonard Randall. Hello, Leonard. How are you? So, Leonard, could you start by telling us what this trans-channeling is all about? I mean, how would you describe what it is that you do?
These are sad times, Miss Blake. All that is mysterious, all that is magic, has been leached away. People who do not see the magic in themselves seek it in someone else. They are so desperate for mystery, for something to believe in. They are willing to accept without question even the most outrageous propositions.
Such as?
Such as the man sitting in this chair. And for the honor of being treated like sheep, for the distinction of being treated like gullible children, they are willing to sacrifice. They would give it all for a scent of magic.
Mr. Randall, do you suppose that we could speak with Delos? He's the 10,000-year-old warrior that you channel, isn't he?
There is no Delos. There never was. Consider it an investment of innocence that turned a considerable profit. And now the game is over. The masquerade is ended. To the followers of Delos, I can only offer the sincere apologies of Leonard Randall. And one slightly used piece of wisdom. Do not seek enlightenment in the vain and self-indulgent proclamations of those who insist you must pay for your own soul. Do not seek it in this box or in the opinions of others. Seek it in the quiet turning of your own considered conscience. Thank you.
Well, folks, you've heard it here first. We'll be back right after these messages.
I'm almost afraid to ask.
The scandal's killing us. Everyone who's ever given us a dime is asking for it back. We've logged 200 angry calls. The investors are pulling out left, right, and center. Oh, yeah. And the IRS is nosing around. We were on shaky financial footing as it was. But now, if you're lucky, there's enough to get you a hotel somewhere for the night. If you're not...
What are we gonna do?
We? Hey, man, I'm out of here. Yeah, it's too bad, really. I thought you were sharp. I don't know. I thought you had it. Anyway, I was wrong. I got a gig with a healer down in Panama. Folks say he's the best around. Probably make it big in a few years. With the right lieutenant. Get some serious help, Leonard. And if we should ever cross a hallway somewhere, just pretend you never met me. I will.
Well, Leonard, guess it's all over now.
Quite to the contrary. It is only the beginning.
You. It's you.
Yes, I'm pleased that you can hear me at last. There was so much in the way between us. That's why I had to get rid of it all, you see. You couldn't hear me. Anger, Mr. Randall? It seems rather pointless, don't you think? Isn't that what you said? What Delos said? Submerge anger. Find the center.
The hell are you? Come on out! I'll kill you, you lousy! Where are you?
I'm here, Mr. Randall. With you.
Why are you doing this to me? Why?
Look over here, Mr. Randall. I'm here at your urging, Mr. Randall. You said the universe had chosen you for wisdom, and you, of all people, should know that sometimes, when you speak to the universe listens. You asked for wisdom, and now you will receive it. It will be a long process, but to that end I am willing to be your constant companion. I will be with you every moment, day and night, for as long as it takes.
How long? How long will it take?
20, 30 years, at most. And now, as you say, in your modern world, let's take it from the top.
Critical reviews received and reluctantly acknowledged by Mr. Leonard Randall. A case study in showmanship, who found himself upstaged in the final act by the Twilight Zone.
Showtime. Oh, Dottie. I forgot.
Morning.
Hello, Mr. Slater.
Hi. I'd like to see Mr. Simmons.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's no longer here. You have to see Mr. Cutler.
Morning, Mr. Cribbins.
Hi, morning, Miss Bailey. Did you check your figures against this? I gave you 7 cents off yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Mr. Cribbins. I'm ordering tickets for the livestock show. How many do you need?
Just one.
Okay.
Your figures match today.
Hi, Barb.
Still trying to get him into a conversation?
Frank, I've only been trying for a year. Hello? I'll tell him right away. Mr. Cribbins? Mr. Cutler wants to see you in his office right away.
Thank you.
Uh-oh. Last week's Simmons, this week's Cribbins.
A human calculator? Cutler'd never fire him.
Focus on Warren Cribbins, a myopic little man, precise with figures, awkward with people. His horizons, a bottom line dotted with decimal points. But his safety in numbers is about to be erased.
No, no, no. Don't get mad and don't get even. Just get ahead. Yeah. Sure. Cribbins.
Yes, sir.
Have a seat.
Thanks, sir.
I'll get right to the point. You like your job?
Yes, sir, very much, and I hope my work has been to your satisfaction, sir.
Right down to the last decimal point.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Wish I could say that about everyone. Cribbins, Warren, how'd you like a promotion?
Well,
I've decided that you should replace Simmons as the new loans officer here at the Farmers Bank.
actually, I think I'm better suited.
Exactly. You respect the numbers.
Honestly,
No, don't thank me. Sandy will help you get set up. She's your new secretary, and we can discuss your salary later. Here, take this file and look it over. You'll find it's fairly typical.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Oh. Thank you, sir.
Sandy, will you come in here for a moment, please?
I'm sorry. I wasn't looking where I was going.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I can get them fixed for you.
No. That's all right. I only need them for close work. I'll get by.
Oh, Mr. Cribbins.
Yes?
That's my book. The blue book.
Oh. Yeah, yes, it is.
Thank you.
No, I did not take out your loan. You did. Yeah. Yes, and you agreed to abide by the conditions of said loan. No, I can't do that. Mr. Simmons is no longer working here. I said that I can't do that, and Mr. Johnson, I would appreciate it if you would watch your language, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson?
Did you want anything in the salt water?
Oh, no, I have my own tea bags.
Yes, Mr. Cribbins.
Somebody just dropped in there.
Where?
In there, I just saw it. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I could have sworn that. Really, I am. I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Cribbins. Mr. Cribbins, Mr. Cutler wants to see you as soon as you've read all of these.
Thank you.
Okay, now those green pins represent the property that the bank already owns, the color of money. And the white ones are what the major farm combines own, pure and untouchable. And the red ones, well, they're what we have paper on, mortgages, Warren. Some firsts, mostly seconds, for people mostly operating in the red.
And those are my new concerns?
Exactly. We have to call in all outstanding loans as they come due.
I see, but what if they can't pay?
Then we foreclose. Listen, Warren, I've always looked at mortgages as rent. If you have a tenant who can't pay his rent, then you find one who can. I mean, the business of America is business, right?
Calvin Coolidge.
Exactly. So it makes us great. Warren. Do you have any idea why we're stepping up our activity on this?
Oh, sir.
Well, it has to do with the new state highway coming through. If you own land the government wants, it's like sitting on oil.
Do you know where the new highway is going, sir?
Oh, boy. If I knew that, Warren, I'd own this bank instead of working for it. Anyway, the more deeds we own, the better our chances, so let's start changing those red pins to green, Yes, AP.
I'm afraid you're delinquent on your loan, Mr. Slater. A letter was sent advising you that grace period's over this week.
You can extend it a little more, can't you?
No, I'm afraid we can't do that. The business of America is business, Mr. Slater.
The business of America is people. Or it should be.
Please, Mr. Slater, let's not take this personally. This is just business.
This isn't just business. This is my life. Just remember what that farm means. To me, my family, this whole community.
I promise to look at the figures again, Mr. Slater. See what we can do.
Name's Vern. Thank you.
It's an enormous piece of property.
Without us farmers, just dirt and dust.
What's the bank going to do with it anyway?
You can't work it?
No, I guess not.
Adam, where's your mom?
Mom!
Emily!
This here's Mr. Cribbins. He's from the bank.
How do you do?
Hello.
Vern tells me you're going to figure a way to make things work.
Well, since I'm not empowered to extend your loan and your equipment appears to be a little outdated, I suggest that you sell off some land.
Who to? Who's going to buy it at a price that'll be worthwhile? I'll just have that much less corn for market. How's that going to help me, Warren?
Mr. Slater, Vern, I think that may be your only option. I may not even be able to get my boss to agree to this. He wants to enforce foreclosure.
I think enforce is the key word here.
Oh, please, just look this over and think about it.
I ain't selling. You hear me, Warren? You go down to the bank, you tell them I ain't selling. Tell them loud and clear, Warren. You hear me? I got faith in you, Warren.
Morning.
Good morning. Oh, Sandy? Can I see you for a minute?
Sure.
Wait, sit down.
Okay.
I have a question I'd like to ask you. If you were in a position to help some people, but by helping them you might lose a great deal yourself, yet by not helping them, the people you want to help, they may lose everything. Would you do it?
Well,
I mean, even if it meant risking your life savings.
well, I don't really gamble. I can't afford to. But, well, I like doing things for other people. Whoa, what's wrong?
What do you mean?
What I mean is you just jumped right up out of your chair.
Oh, well, nothing. Nothing really. Oh, yes, would you do me a favor?
I'll try.
Would you draw the cashier's check for this amount from my savings account?
Sure, no problem. Anything else?
Yes, there is one thing. Please, be very careful around the bank.
You sound like my father.
Please, be careful.
Okay, I will. Thank you for your concern.
Hello, Mr. Slater. Vern. Yeah, this is Warren. I think I may have found a solution. Vern, I think this may solve your problem.
This is a loan.
Yes, a personal loan from me. That's correct.
Warren, I won't let you down. I'll pay you back every single penny. I promise you. Just deposited by 3, Warren. This is due day, you know.
Don't worry, Vern. They let me cut in line here. Sandy?
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Beverly.
Mr. Cribbins, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. Nothing really. I just, I thought you were going to fall.
I use this ladder all the time, and I've never fallen, not once.
Oh, I don't understand. You were supposed to be careful.
And I was. Oh, I nearly forgot. You're supposed to go see Mr. Cutler in his office. ASAP.
So, with foreclosures, like I said, it all depends on the worth of his assets. Here, I have some figures available on that. So, don't dicker with him too much there. He's in no position. His debt load's so heavy he can't say no, even when we offer him bottom dollar. Now, sure, it's a tough deal for the guy, but, well, that's business. Right, Warren? No, I had no idea we'd strike it this rich by grabbing the Slater farm. Yeah. Yeah, well, just wait and see what else I got in mind. Hmm? You betcha. I love highways. Warren? Warren, did you understand what I just said?
Yes, sir. Offer Vern Slater bottom money because he's so far in debt he has no choice but to take it.
Exactly. Remember, the note's due today, plus penalties, plus back taxes. But you can waive it all if he takes our offer. So, get on it.
Everyone's closing and balancing. What did you want me to do with this cashier's check?
I'm not sure, Sandy. Deposited in Vern Slater's account.
After what I told you, after everything I said.
I don't understand.
You understand perfectly well. Don't play that game
I'm
with me,
not
Griffiths.
sure what you're talking about, Mr. Cutler.
We should have owned that property. If not for you, we would have. You are directly responsible for costing me a fortune.
How is that, sir?
How's that?
Please stop screaming at me, Miss Cutler.
That new state highway is gonna cut straight through Slater's farm.
Oh, really?
You personally loaned him that money! You betrayed me, Cribbins.
Well, I don't see it quite that way, sir.
How do you see it?
Aren't we the Farmers Bank? I just helped out a farmer in need.
Clear out your desk, Cribbins. You're fired.
You sure you want to do that, sir?
It's worth the severance pay just to get rid of you. That sign's crooked. Fix it.
What happened? You okay?
Oh, I think so. Are you okay?
I told you to be careful, Sandy.
You were right, Mr. Cribbins.
Warren.
Warren. Oh. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh. Oh, no, I did it again.
What?
Your glasses, I broke them. I think they're totally useless now.
Well, that's all right, Sandy. I won't be needing them anymore. Come on, Miss Bailey.
Accidents will happen, and Warren Cribbins had a lucky break. Instead of blindly following orders, his eyes were opened, and he saw humanity, and discovered it was his greatest asset. Add him to the list of those who have peered into the Twilight Zone.
Welcome back, Mr. Bennett.
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good
Heart transplant right here in our own office.
One man, one heart. An obsolete fact of life. Witness Tom Bennett, a man who accepts his new organ as just one more item that money can buy.
Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. That was very nice. Now, let's get back to work.
A man who would tell you that the boundaries of the Twilight Zone are shrinking as miracles become commonplace.
What the hell is wrong with Spence? Did you talk to him about this building lease?
Sure, I gave him input. Why?
Look, they want 3 floors, 3 high floors, and always asking
Tom,
for...
Tom, I know I said exactly the same thing. I told him he's practically giving the store away. Now, about last night.
Yeah?
My compliments to your surgeon.
Hey. Hey, guy. Welcome back. Place hasn't been the same without our killer shark.
Yeah, I noticed that. 60,000 feet at $2 a foot. We can get at least 2.5 for that.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, that's a first. Tom Bennett loosens his tie.
Tom, are you sure you're feeling okay?
If you can show me where we can hit them up for some more money.
It's easy.
How is it easy?
You just up the price to 2.5 per foot, and then tell them to take it or leave it. Did you ever own a pair of really good boots?
Excuse me?
Yeah, the kind of boot that fits around your foot like it's always belonged there.
Don't look at me. If it doesn't have 3-inch heels, I'm not interested.
Where are you going?
Be right back. I'm gonna go buy a pair.
You're gonna buy some boots. Tom, we're in the middle of something here now.
Yeah. You wanna come along?
Tom, you're serious, aren't you?
Sure.
Okay, let's go get them boots, partner. Gourmet lunch? You shouldn't have.
Come on, let's go for a walk.
Okay, what's that? Hot dogs for lunch, strolls on the beach. Tom, this is not like you.
But it's great, isn't it?
Wait a minute, Tom. I can't go down there in my heels.
Take them off.
Sure. Designer hose, $30 a pair. Why not?
Nice, huh?
Yeah, Tom, I really have to get back. Tom. Hello?
That woman.
What about her?
I've seen her before.
Where? You mean here before?
No. Yeah. Maybe I have. While I can appreciate your firm's situation, I'm certain that you can also appreciate ours. If you wish to continue as a tenant...
Excuse me. How about something to eat?
Sure. Julie, want to go?
Thanks. I think I'll pass this time.
The terms I have outlined are the best we can offer in the current rental market. Unfortunately, there's no room for negotiation. That's good. You know, I was thinking this place could use a few plants.
Definitely. I'll order some. Let's go. Good night, Mr. Bennett. He used to hate plants.
Where are we headed?
This car, who cares? Just relax. We'll wander around till we stumble across something.
an hour? Look, I know you like driving his car, Tom, but I'm starving.
Hey, get with me. I feel lucky.
Jesus. Now, that wasn't wandering. Tom.
I don't know. I just felt like going in this direction.
Tom, when you have a heart transplant, it's got to be a shock to your whole system, you know? Did they warn you about anything like, temporary craziness?
Tom, what is this? This is dinner.
Get the hell out of here. You got an immune system that's already stressed out. This is not dinner.
You look at that.
What, the waitress?
What are we doing here? Come on, it's a nice place. I want to get to know that waitress. Why? I don't know. There's something about her. It's like she's somebody I want to talk to.
Mister, is there some reason you've been staring at me since you walked in here?
I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Look, this is going to come from nowhere, but will you have dinner with me?
No.
Just dinner. Honestly.
Sorry, I'm booked up till Christmas.
I'm serious. I think we have something in common. Take a chance. Tomorrow night. Or the next night. I know some great restaurants.
Thanks. No thanks. He asked me for a date. What did you say? What do you mean, what did I say? I said no. Mary Jo, you have got to start dating sometime, and this guy looks like one hell of a way to start. Why does he keep staring at me? He's weird.
Look, what about Ralph? He'd ask you out in a second if he thought you were available.
Well, I'm not available.
Honey, Jamie's dead. You aren't.
Tom, I want to talk to you. Okay, agreed. We have no claims on each other, fine. But I will not be humiliated.
Huh?
By a waitress? In some greasy spoon, Tom?
Hey, I go in there for lunch a couple of days a week. That's it.
So what's the attraction, the ambiance or the cuisine?
Both. I like the food, and I'm comfortable there. I feel good there. Which is strange, considering nobody likes me.
Least of all, your waitress, I presume.
She's not my waitress anymore. Mary Jo refuses to serve me.
Which is just the kind of challenge you like.
Wrong. As a matter of fact, I keep telling myself this is stupid. What are you doing there? But then, a couple of days later, there I am.
Oh, poor baby. All that meatloaf and no love.
How about a piece of that cherry pie?
No. Look, I am getting sick and tired of you hanging around here all the time. You're not coming here for the food.
Yeah, it's really not that bad.
And the fact is, if you're not coming here for the food, there is nothing here for you. Now, why don't you just go and get in your fancy old car and you go someplace else?
Don't you get the message? You're not wanted around here. Come here. It's not that you're not a nice man. It's just that, well, you gotta understand.
What? He's here.
I gotta go. Night.
Mary Jo, I want to apologize. I had no idea. Your friend told me.
She had no business doing that.
Mary Jo, you guys must have been pretty close, huh?
Close. We lived next door to each other since we were 5 years old. We always knew we were going to get married. Well, maybe that sounds kind of silly to you. Well, maybe it is silly. But it was the kind of love that makes you hurt. The kind of love that you feel right down into your toes. He promised me. He wanted to wait until he had a good job. And it didn't matter to me at all, but it was important to him. And he did it. I was so proud of him. And he called me up. We set a date. And he was coming right over, and we were gonna celebrate. We were gonna have kids. They said he drove off the road. And they took him to the hospital. Even in death, he did good by somebody else. It's the kind of guy that he was.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Nothing that would mean anything to you. Now, please go away!
Wait, what was his name? I want to know his name.
Jamie Adler.
Thank you, Doctor. Yeah, I appreciate it. Of course. Strictly confidential, I understand.
I've just been on the phone.
Me too.
Did you tell McLaughlin that he could set his own price? This is crazy, Tom. There is no way we can agree to it.
You know whose heart they put in me? It's a man named Jamie Adler. Very nice guy.
To which of you should I tender my condolences?
It's a good question.
Where the hell are you going now?
I don't know. Going for a walk.
Look, Tom. If you don't shape up, you're going to lose everything. The house, the job, the car.
I got rid of that car.
Yep, he is. What does he want? After 5 cups of coffee, donut? I think he wants to talk to you. Sure is patient. I think if we went away for the weekend now, he'd still be here Monday morning waiting.
What should I do?
Follow your heart.
Let's take him.
No. Please. Am I really so terrible?
It's nothing to do with you.
You'd be surprised.
I'm sure you're a very nice man. I'm not ready for anyone right now.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
This morning, I got this news. It's the kind of news that makes you want to go lie down for a while. I was scared. Then I kind of got comfortable with it. You don't have the slightest idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Not really.
Look, for a long time I was sick. They said it was my heart, but I think maybe it was my life. Half the time I didn't know what I was doing, and the other half I did, but I'm not sure which I'm more ashamed of. And now I've got another chance.
What do you want from me?
Just a chance, whenever you're ready. I've kicked open a lot of doors in my time, okay? But I'm willing to wait for this one to open by itself. If it does, I'm gonna be there, I promise. Well, at least let me buy you a piece of pie. Madam, give me a piece of strawberry pie with peach ice cream, please.
That's my favorite. How did you know that?
Lucky guess?
You're a strange one. I warn you, I'm not an easy person at times.
Oh, really?
Jamie made me a promise, too. He said that he would always be with me.
Yeah, I kind of suspected that. Well, he meant it, I'm sure. And, I'll keep my promise. Cross my heart.
A philosopher once wrote, "The heart has its reasons that reason does not know." Perhaps he was born knowing that truth. Or perhaps, like Mr. Tom Bennett, he discovered it with a little help from the Twilight Zone.
Only 4 job applications from last week. We require more than that, Mr. Cranston.
I know that. I know. I thought I was sick.
Did you get any response from any of them?
No.
Are you sure you filled out the application properly?
Yes, I'm sure.
Maybe if you borrowed a nicer coat.
Coat. No, it's not the clothes, it's the time. The longer I'm out of work, the harder it is to find someone to hire me.
Perhaps you don't understand the purpose of this interview, Mr. Cranston. You know, this shelter has just lost its mortgage, and I have to determine people's eligibility so that I can transfer them.
Ma'am, do not... Ma'am, don't you think I'm serious about trying to find work? Do you think I enjoy being broke and living here in this shelter with my family? I work with my hands. I build. I cannot build unless someone hires me. Do you understand?
I think we've talked enough. I have other people to interview. Thank you, Mr. Cranston.
Steve Cranston, a man living what Thoreau called a life of quiet desperation. A man once successful, once firmly ensconced in the American dream, only to have it turn into a nightmare. Steve Cranston, a statistic whose number is about to be called from the Twilight Zone.
It's okay, Steve. Something's got to break for us.
No, maybe it is my fault.
Oh, you know better than that. You'll find a job soon.
Soon is not going to cut it, Elaine. If I don't find something, we're going to be out in the street. You know they're closing this place down.
What about that job program they're starting over in Carsdale?
I told you the job program has been put off for a month. You know how many positions are open? 20. You know how many applications there are? Over 200. Now you tell me what our chances are.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know.
Wouldn't you know it? The one piece I need, I don't have with me.
But what do you suggest be done in the meantime?
Just leave it off tonight. I'll be back in the morning.
Leave it off? I mean, do you really think that's such a good idea?
Oh, look, I've left the arm light on. Nobody will know the whole system's down unless you tell them, right?
Very nice. Very nice indeed.
You'll notice the growth in the fourth quarter profits in...
Yeah, I can see that. But I still want the audit pushed through. If there's any way we can cut back on expenses, salary, budget, personnel, do it.
I have to tell you that there's going to be some opposition. They say they're down to the bone as it is.
No. They're not down to the bone. You know how you can tell? They always start to yell when you've hit nerve, not bone.
By the time you get to the bone, they've stopped complaining because they know they could be next.
I'll do what I can.
You do that. Well, I see you're ready to leave. You have that look.
It is nearly 10 o'clock.
So it is.
I'll stop by tomorrow with the potential tax shelters that we discussed, and I urge you to move as quickly as possible to avoid the year-end rush.
If it's tomorrow, it's going to have to be in the evening. I'd say around 8:30.
8:30.
Something?
Nothing. 8:30. Good night.
Will there be anything else this evening, sir?
No, I don't think so. I'll do a little reading before I go to bed.
Very good, sir.
Stay right where you are.
Mister, look, I made a mistake, okay? Don't do anything. I'll give you back.
Don't move! Back up.
You don't understand.
Back up.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna use the phone and call the cops. That's what I'm gonna do. Back up!
No, please don't call the police, mister. Let me explain you something. I got a family!
You should have thought of that before. Now, don't try anything. I'm not afraid to use this thing.
No! Don't you call the cops. I have a family. I have a wife. I warned you. Don't you call!
Good morning, sir.
Who are you? What am I doing here?
Just try to relax, sir. You received a rather nasty bump when you hit your head. But the doctor said you'd be all right if you rest.
No, that's not right. I was shot.
Oh, you're confused, sir. You shot the other man, but the police took him away.
What other man? What are you talking about?
Mr. Perry, the doctor was most emphatic about your staying in bed.
Wait a minute. There's a picture here of Lana Taylor, the movie star, and I'm in it. What am I doing in this?
Oh, well, as I recall, sir, you and she are romantically involved, I believe.
No, wait. Who do you think I am?
Frederick Perry, sir.
No. No, that's wrong. That's totally wrong.
Perhaps I'd better speak to the doctor again, sir.
Shelter.
Yes, good morning. Is Elaine Cranston there, please?
I'm sorry, she's not here.
No, I have to speak to her. It's urgent. I'm her...
She's at Mercy Hospital. Seems her husband got shot last night.
Elaine? Lisa? Oh, thank God. Thank God.
What are you doing?
What's wrong?
What are you doing here?
Leave me alone.
Honey, what's wrong? Don't you recognize me either?
Of course she does. You're the bastard who shot her daddy. Stay away from him, do you hear me? Just stay away!
Oh, God, this is totally crazy.
Just because he robbed you was no reason to try and kill him.
No, you don't understand. He tried to kill me.
He was desperate. We have no money, no place to go after tomorrow.
You don't understand. Look, I got all the money we need, babe. I don't know how this... You may not...
You can't buy your way out of this, Mr. Perry. Now get out of here. Now get out. Get out of here before I call the police.
No, I'll drop the... I mean, he'll drop the charges. You don't understand. He's not really...
Here you are, sir.
I hate lobster.
I thought you loved lobster, sir.
Things change. Too many things. I'm sorry. Tell the chef it's swell, I guess.
Swell, sir?
Fred?
What are you doing here?
I'm here as you requested. Have some background material on the matters we discussed. And I need a couple of signatures just to get the process going here.
Could I see this just for a moment? This is a lot of money.
You should know. Needless to say, we have a number of options we can pursue here to get the best possible shelter for the money.
Shelter? Let me ask you a question. How much money is this? I mean, if I put it all on a table in a great big pile, how much would it be?
Well, counting stocks, real estate, long-term municipal certificates of deposit, a little over 40 million.
Of course.
And, of course, there's about 800,000 in cash and mutual funds.
And I could spend that, right?
Yeah, sure. You could.
Do you know this place called the 8th Street Shelter? It's a place downtown for the homeless. Their mortgage is running out tomorrow, and I'd like to,
To what? Not buy them out.
Yeah, I would like to buy them out. I'd like to buy out their mortgage. I'd like to make sure they don't close down tomorrow.
But, Fred, you can't just...
Why not? It's my money, isn't it?
But why? What's the reason?
Never mind why. Just do it tomorrow morning.
You sly fox. Something big's going to happen there, isn't it? And you want to be in on it.
Let's just say the decision I make is going to affect an awful lot of people.
Would there be anything else this evening, Mr. Perry?
No, thank you, Lawrence.
Good night, then, sir.
Good night.
Elaine. Dad!
Steve. Thank God.
What happened? What am I doing back here?
You were shot breaking into the house. Don't worry, sweetheart. The man you tried to rob dropped the charges. Take it easy. As soon as the doctor says you're better, we can go back to the shelter.
The shelter? Isn't the shelter shut down?
No.
City applauds. Benefactor.
Listen to this. Spokesman for financier Frederick Perry announced plans today to buy out the mortgage on the 8th Street shelter. Perry, when reached for comment, simply said that it was the right thing to do.
But it wasn't him. It was me.
Maybe in a way it was. Maybe Perry saw what desperation could do to somebody and thought it was time he did something about it. Best of all, honey, I talked to the director of the shelter, and he said there's enough money now for some real work to be done, and he wants to hire you. I was so afraid I was going to lose you. I'm just so glad that you're back.
So am I. So am I.
It has been a time of changes for Steve Cranston, and the hard times are by no means over. But perhaps now the decisions ahead will be a little easier to make. There are no easy answers here or in the Twilight Zone.